Hello, my fellow classmates from Fitchburg State University. I hope you're all doing well. As the legendary singer Sam Cooke once sang, change is gonna come. One of my all-time favorite songs. Hi, my name is Nuno Sousa. I am a chef instructor at Bristol Plymouth Technical High School in Taunton, and I'm here to tell you that change is gonna come. I'm gonna try to touch on 3 items that I believe will give you an insight into how I am. Number 1, I was born on the island of San Miguel, which is part of the volcanic islands called the Azores, which are nestled nicely off the coast of Portugal in the Atlantic. Number 2, I have always loved making people happy in one form or another. And right now I use teaching high school kids how to cook as one of those ways of fulfilling my needs to do that. I love seeing the look in my students' faces when they learn something new and they're not able to apply it. And number 3, I am married to a beautiful school teacher by the name of Susan. I have 3 wonderful sons, my oldest being Nicholas, who is 16, just got his permit. Next up is Dominic at 15, and then lastly, my youngest is Anthony at 13, who thinks he's 21 years old. Figure that one out. We are all German Shepherd fans here. We currently have 2, and their names are Tuca and Kaiser. Now, being the son of an immigrant, I personally feel that when you are from another country, it gives you a different perspective of what we have here in the States and how fortunate we are sometimes and how we take some of that for granted. I remember I was 6 years old when I landed at Logan Airport on a bitter cold February day, and I remember thinking, oh my God, what is all that white stuff? And of course it was snow. I had never seen it until that day. I don't remember much about our life in the island, but I do know that we did not have that much. I give my father a lot of credit because he decided to do something about it. I believe that all parents want the best for their kids, and we want to give them the best opportunities that we possibly can. That's the number 1 reason that my father gave up everything and moved to a country where neither he nor his children could speak the language, all for a chance at a better life. I'm forever grateful for my father for taking that risk. In my humble opinion, I honestly believe that America was and still is the land of opportunity. If you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. That's the phrase I constantly use with my students. For over 8 years now, I've been living that life. I truly love what I do, and I wouldn't change a thing. But please let me back up just a bit. Before I started teaching, I owned a restaurant for 23 years. Before that, I was a mechanic for 16 years. I worked on trucks, new and used cars, and for 2 years, worked on race cars in California. Needless to say, I've been around the block a couple of times. Excuse me. With every new class that I teach, I make the analogy that all I did was go from motor oil to extra virgin olive oil. And if I can do it, so can you. And I usually get a pretty good chuckle out of that. Lastly, I've been blessed with 3 healthy sons, smart. My wife of almost 20 years is a Boston school teacher, and she is the one who literally planted the seed of me becoming a teacher. And then as any good husband does, I listened. And here I am. I started my speech referring to Sam Cooke's song, "A Change is Gonna Come." The reason I did that is because so many of you are at the beginning of the road you will be traveling. If anyone 25 years ago told me that I was going to become a successful restaurateur and then teach after that, I would have thought they were crazy. And again, here I am. Remember, in your lives, a change is going to come. Embrace it. Let it take you where you want to go. I want to thank you all for listening, and happy travels.